Hello, guys. It's me, Pat. I don't know if you ever heard this method before, but it's called immersion, which is basically start with a lot of input. It can be listening, it can be reading, but mostly what I do is I love to listen. I will go to reading in a second, but the easiest start with listening because that's what a baby do, right? When you're just born, when you're like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, what do? Are you like open books and you start reading like Lord of a Demon King? No, right? When you first start, you listen to a lot of what your dad, what your mom were talking about, and I kind of like follow that. I listen to random YouTube, everything, TED Talk, Netflix series, Peaky Blinder, and I don't even care about what accent, like British or American. I'm just like listen and kind of accumulate a lot of input. But during that time, I found another trick that helped me a lot, which I really love to do shadowing, which is when the characters or actress speak something like, "Hey, I will kill you," and I will just copy that like and say the same thing like, "Hey, I will kill you," and I will try to match my emotion with their emotion to like as close as possible. And some of my friends said that they're not understand like why this method is great because when you just first start, you don't understand meaning, right? So why are you repeating something? And like I said before, when you were a kid, when your parents say, okay, apple, coconut, television, or having a conversation, do you understand everything? No, right? You don't gonna understand everything of like you hear, but you can repeat them. Like children learn very fast and they learn from their surrounding. They copy what they see, they copy what they hear, and they output it. And I'm doing the same. And I kind of find that it's more natural this way, but there is no number or there is no like statistic that you can track. And I think that's make a lot of people kind of feel that this is not productive because they couldn't see the number. For example, if you do Anki, which is a vocabulary application, you can track that, okay, today I learned 10 words. Today I learned 25. But as for shadowing, there's no way you can see like that progress bar. But if you trust the process, if like you keep repeating the shadowing enough subconsciously, you will absorb the way they speak, and by repeating it is like making your mouth more comfortable with that language. And I think that's more important than just trying to brute force or like trying to get the result as fast as possible, because I think learning is having fun. And when I like doing shadowing, I kind of feel fun, like, I'll kill you. It's just like, it's made me feeling like fun and feeling like learning is not just like a torture, like how I feel when I learned Chinese back in my high school, and that's lead to the second thing that will boost your ability a lot, which is being open-minded. So let me give you a little flashback, like backstory. When I was in high school, I had studied Chinese for 6 years, but at the end of the day, I can't even have a conversation or I can't even read. I don't even remember a single thing, even though I spent 6 years learning Chinese. And why is that? Because I didn't care about it. I didn't feel like I was having fun. All I feel was that I was forced to learn this and I don't like it. Like humans doesn't like to be forced to learn something. And as a coping mechanism, we tend to like have a high resistance towards something that like we're forced into it. So compare that to me learning Japanese, it was totally different because when I learned Japanese, I decided for myself that okay, I want to learn this. I want to get good at this. I want to make Japanese friends. I want to talk. I want to be able to watch anime with subtitle, and that's why like I'm more passionate about learning Japanese than Chinese because I decided for myself, and I think it's applied with all the languages and all the thing in life. If you feel like you were forced to do something, you wouldn't grow as fast as possible, or like you wouldn't grow as much. But if you feel that this is what I want to do and this is what I will do and I will give it my all, you will actually like be able to learn very quick. And that's just like number two, like just decided that this is what I want to do, and like you need to like commit to it. Yeah, apart from immersion, shadowing, and decided for yourself, I think the last thing is to build the environment. So what do I mean by this? You might think, hey, what do you mean environment? Like, do I need to like move to England and go to Oxford? No. What I mean is that you need to surround yourself with English, a lot of English content, or a friend who willing to speak English with you. So I'll give you my story. When I was in high school, junior high school, at first I didn't really like know English that much. Since when I was in elementary school, I hadn't been studied properly at all. So my real starting point was from junior high school. What actually like drive me to learn English in the first place is editing. It's not even English itself, but back then I was using this program called Sony Vegas Pro. And there's not many much tutorial in Thai, and even if there were, it was suck, like really suck ass, and I couldn't bear to go through that, and there's like not many as well. So I have to go out of my small Thai community to English tutorial, which there's a lot more. There's a lot more videos and a lot to learn. And I was really hyped with like learning how to edit a video. And there's nothing holding me back. Like all I think was I'm going to learn this no matter what it takes. Even though I have to dive into the language that I've never heard before, which is English. To my surprise, I did that in the first 5 to 10 videos. I'm gonna be honest with you, I didn't understand shit. I didn't understand jack shit. Like he said that click here and drag this here. I don't understand, but I kind of get the visual because I was watching the video, right? And I was like doing a shadowing. Like copy all of his step that he do. Like he dragged his file. I dragged the file on my computer. So like it was like shadowing, but editing, like normally the term shadowing is used with speaking, right? But I think shadowing can be used with a lot of topic, like editing, I like shadow edit. That sound kind of cringe, but basically it's just like I'm copy all of his step. Like if he dragged the file, if he applied this effect, I do the same. I was like basically like open half of my screen to like this video, and half the other screen is my like Sony Vegas Pro, and I just copy him. And by doing that, I starting to recognize the pattern that if he say like drag, that's mean like he is doing like dragging his mouse, and it's starting to like make sense to me. Like, oh, so this is what he mean. And then I keep like watching and learning more, and then I go learn Photoshop. And by listening to a lot of this and actually seeing what's going on the screen, it's kind of starting to make sense. And back then I didn't even start like speaking, but it was like my listening is like level up like bit by bit from like I don't understand shit to okay I kind of get that. Okay, let's do that. Okay. And it's just like I told you before, it's environment. It was like you create a YouTube account that follow all the English YouTubers. And when I studied Japanese, I create a new YouTube account to just follow a Japanese YouTuber. And there's more that you can like design your environment, your phone. Yeah. At first, my phone was like all in Thai, but I changed my phone to English. At first, I didn't like understand all this shit. Like, how am I gonna use my phone, bro? But your phone have an icon, right? For example, like volume icon, there's like speaker, right? Or Wi-Fi, there's like a connection symbol, right? So it's even though I have a lot of hard time in the beginning, but in the long run, I'm getting comfortable with seeing these vocabularies. And I think that's really important to get used to English, to get used to uncomfortable feeling. And then it's kind of start to like develop from just using English just to learn something to like using English to entertain myself. Watching movies in English, listen to song in English, doing, trying a lot of different thing in English. And it's kind of like exposed me to a whole new world. And that was like how you design your environment. You can change your phone, you can change your PC into the language that you were learning. Sometimes you're gonna feel like, oh, I'm so stupid. But that's your brain telling you that you're not used to this yet. But one day you will. So just like it's just I think language is consistency, and with enough repeating, you will get there. It's kind of hard somehow, to like speaking in front of camera like this because I'm not used to it yet. And I think this just feel the same with like when I start learning English. Like I think when you start doing something, like sitting in front of camera like this, a lot of things kind of feel new. A lot of things kind of feel like, oh, what am I doing here? Or like, this is weird, this is cringe. But I think it's good that you start, and if you stay consistent to this, I think you will see the change. But like the change is not gonna happen overnight. It's gonna take times. And when you repeat something enough, that's when big change is gonna happen. It's like small thing develop, like in this book, Atomic Habit. And I have a project Hail Mary with me as well. Yeah, it's kind of fun. Have you watched the movie? I mean, it's very good. Anyways, I actually like kind of tidy up my room a bit here. I have my keyboard over here and my PC over there, and with my badminton racket. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope I will speak better next time. Maybe not so soon, but yeah, I'll try. See you guys.